Good day, folks. Welcome back to my neck of the woods. My name's Dika, where I share my experience and my knowledge, hoping to lessen your learning curve. So today I have another product review, another broadhead review. And over the years, I have been testing broadheads for my channel. Companies have been sending me broadheads, and I test them as best I can. I don't film them because a lot of it gets demonetized, and I like my videos to be monetized, so I just do my word and my opinion, and we go from there, and hopefully it's enough for you folks to maybe make a better purchase. All right, so before I get started, please sub the channel, like my videos, and make some comments. All right, so this is the Wicked Ridge Impact. Now, if you're not familiar with Wicked Ridge, it's a crossbow company, and it's like a sister company to 10 Point. And I have, since I went crossbow, I've been really looking into these sort of rear deploying, like two-blade broadheads. And they really, I think that they do a better job than a fixed blade, as long as you don't smack it right into the shoulder blade. But the technology that's coming out with some of these mechanical broadheads, you can still smack them in the shoulder blade and it's still going to go through. All right, so give you a closer look on this one. It's really streamlined, it's really sleek, and it's very durable. It's steel construction throughout, so there's no aluminum parts, so things aren't going to be breaking or bending as easily as an aluminum ferrule or whatnot. A lot of times with aluminum ferrules, you know as well as I do, the ferrule will bend. Obviously, blades will bend too, but there's replacement blades out there. But if the ferrule bends, you kind of shit out of luck. All right, so this is the Impact here, as you can see. I like it because it is it's all steel construction. So it's got a whopping 2-inch cut. This is 100 grain. MSRP is $35 for 3 of them. And so I shot a deer. I tested a bunch of broadheads this past season. So I tested the NAP DK4, which was spectacular. I really liked that one. I tested the 10 Point Center Punch, which also was spectacular, but that had an aluminum ferrule, which brought me onto this one. So I paid for this one. No one sent me this one or anything. And I shot a deer with this one, and it was quite spectacular, really. And it was this exact same broadhead. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to take it apart, not take it apart here, but I'm going to take it out of this arrow and show you it and tell you some of the things that I like about it. Now, I've been testing broadheads for upwards of 4 years now, and I think I get a strong idea of if a broadhead's going to be good or bad based on shooting a deer with it. I shot a turkey with this one too, and it did its job. It really did. So let me take it out of the arrow here. So what I like about this, I put a little plumber's tape in there to keep it snug. What I like about this is it has these extra rings right here. Now there's a couple of companies that kind of do this. It has these extra rings right here, right? See them? 1 and 2. What they do, one, obviously they add weight to its extra surface area. They add weight to the broadhead, but what they do is they help keep it centered inside here. So it takes up all that little area in between, like where the threads are and where the base of the ferrule starts. So when you screw it, that's another thing. These are super, super sharp. So when you screw it into your insert, it's going to sit in there really nice, and it's flush to the insert too. So these aren't small diameter arrows or anything like that, but the regular size arrows, it's flush to that, so there's no overhang, which is important with penetration. You don't want anything overhang. You want everything streamlined. Ideally, you want to shoot your deer, and you want this to zip right through. That's the goal for the most part. All right, but so this did its job. I like how these are curved just a little bit, as opposed to being flat, even like the Rage, like the rear deploying, they'll be flat. It just catches a little bit better and allows that just to spring open. Now, the deer that I shot with this, it was broadside. It was a little back. I got double lung and I got some liver too. It didn't run any far. Blood trails were spectacular. And blood trails come down to where you hit it too. I mean, you could smack something in the shoulder with whatever broadhead is out there and you're not going to get a good blood trail, right? You know, or even livers. Liver is always a great blood trail, but it dies out. But if you double lung anything, double lung something with a field point, and it's going to make a great blood trail. But this 2-inch cut is devastating, like they say. It just opens good, and it seems to have stayed open through the pass through. And I mean, I got a complete pass through with this. I mean, the deer, it ran 25 yards, and the blood trail was I don't know, terrifying, the blood trail. It was really, but anything with a 2-inch cut, as long as it stays open and those blades stay sharp all the way through, that's the most important thing, you know? So it doesn't lose its edge when it goes through. And I think this being entirely steel helps that, all right? So I have no cons about this so far. I mean, I only shot one deer with it. As far as sighting it in, its field point accuracy, it holds up well. This is the same one that I shot through the deer, and it's still razor sharp. I just took the hose to it and cleaned it off. But I mean, looks-wise, it's a sleek broadhead if you're into the aesthetics of it, which we all are. We like things to look good. I think this is definitely a broadhead worth checking out. These are not crossbow heads, but they're rated for crossbow heads. As you see, there's no collars or O-rings or anything like that, but the blades during, I donate one broadhead to practicing. My crossbow, I have the 10-point Viper 430, it shoots 430 feet per second, and these didn't open during flight. It waited to impact, but it's the front ones that you want to stay away from with the crossbow, the front deploying ones, because they tend to snap open when it leaves the crossbow. Maybe I'll try some of those next. But this is a great broadhead. I'll use it again. I may even just put it on my setup. I'm going to be testing. Ramcat sent me a broadhead called the Hydroshock, or I forget what it's called. It's a 3-blade mechanical. I'm going to do a first impression on it. I'm not too sure, and I like Ramcat. Don't get me wrong. I've shot Ramcat, the originals, for years and years before I got into the YouTube channel and testing broadheads and whatnot. But this design is, I don't think it's excellent. But you'll see when I do my first impression, and I'll test it this year. I'll shoot a deer with it, and we'll see what kind of results we get. But this is the Wicked Ridge Impact. I think it's a great broadhead. I think anyone should get it. The only downside is, and this is what you get into with these big mechanical wide cuts. If you have a low poundage bow, I would stay away from it. Even if you have a long draw length and a low poundage bow, I would still stay away from it. It takes still sharp. It takes a good amount of energy to get that open and to stay open throughout the animal. You know, so if you've got a 28 or higher draw length and you're shooting 60 pounds plus, I would recommend this. Anything below that, it's going to do its job, but you may not get that pass through. It's just a lot of surface area, and I'm not sure that the lower poundage bows have the push to get that wide cut all the way through. You know, it is what it is. I'm not knocking lower poundage bows, but mechanicals are notorious for not going all the way through with those lower poundage bows. And ultimately, we want more hemorrhage and we want pass-throughs. And we want to recover our animals quickly. No one likes tracking a deer for miles or so. It's a pain in the ass. All right? That's all I got for you. Wicked Ridge Impact. Check it out. I don't know, sub the channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Be well.